What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of the Cowling Show. I've been wanting to do a show for a while. I felt like now was finally the right time. I am so nervous. Just gonna let you guys know that right now. I am so nervous. I've been doing box breathing for the last 20 minutes, but we're here. Yeah, it's just gonna be a show of me yapping, talking ball, just being myself, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching it. Let's get into it. All right, let's start the show with some things that need to be addressed. Starting with, why does Mike Vrabel hate TreVeyon Henderson? And I bring this up because I did draft him in fantasy football, and that's not aging too well. It just makes no sense to me how they use him. Like, you draft him in the second round for what? To me, he is the most versatile back. You know he's good at catching the ball. I feel like he's proven himself running the ball. I don't get it. And he may have touched the field twice if Antonio Gibson didn't get injured. And Ramondre, you know he has a fumbling problem. Why do we keep feeding him? I don't get it. I need Pats fans to tell me what's going on because, again, I just don't get it. Use TreVeyon Henderson. You drafted him for a reason. What are we doing? Second thing that needs to be addressed. How have we not learned to sprint all the way into the end zone when we have a breakaway touchdown? Like, I feel bad for him, but DeMercado doing this little finger roll thing while he was running into the end zone, slowing down. What is that? It doesn't look cool. I don't get it. How have we not learned? If I was a third stringer and I finally had my big moment to go score a touchdown, I would be Forrest Gumping into that end zone. It just has to stop. Now let's talk about what happened week 6 in college football, starting with the biggest upset of the weekend. The biggest. UCLA taking down Penn State. I mean, holy, I don't think anyone saw that coming. I definitely didn't. And I've been a big believer that Penn State has been a fraud all along. But did I have UCLA beating them? No. Nico played a hell of a game, and Jerry Neuheisel, a dog, he called an unbelievable game, and his locker room speech after the game fired me up. UCLA definitely has their guy. Now let's talk about Alabama Vanderbilt. And I just want to start off saying big shout out to Jam Miller with the last second touchdown to cover the spread. Just unreal work out of him. But yeah, I don't know what it says about me, but going into this game, I wanted to see Alabama handle Vanderbilt, especially when I saw Pavia practicing knee downs in the middle of the field. That is so disrespectful. I wanted to see them get their lick back, and they did. Ty Simpson is that guy, and I think Jam Miller being back for them is the difference maker. And again, shout out to him for covering that spread. Great guy. This one I'm going to keep short and sweet. Miami beating Florida State. I mean, right now, it's probably between them and Oregon, and watch out for Texas Tech. But they are, without a doubt, the best team in college football. That Carson Beck, Malachi Toney connection is so fun to watch. I don't know who's beating that team. And lastly, before we talk about Texas, I know that's what you guys are wanting to see. Mississippi State, okay? Just what was that? So messy. You have A&M out here putting their Yale leaders in alternate uniforms, and you don't go out there and cover the spread? What are we doing? That was just such a letdown. The minute I saw A&M was doing that, I hammered them, and they let me down. But A&M, alternate uniforms on Yale leaders, that's as corny as it gets. But I would expect nothing less from that university. Texas, Florida. Listen, I knew there was something brewing when I saw us open up as 7.5-point favorites and drop down to 4.5. I'm not dumb. That normally doesn't mean anything good. But this team, man. And I just want to start off saying I don't think it's Sark's fault. And I know a lot of Texas fans out there are going to disagree with me. I don't think it's his fault. I think he did a great job calling the game. And I do think at times, as a fan base, we take things for granted. Just like Quinn, everyone wanted to rush him out. For what? But Sark, do we not remember what it was like being a Texas fan before he came and saved us? I mean, 2 years in a row, we've been one game away from the Natty, and we lost one of those games just because Michael Penix played out of his mind. The problem, though, it's the O-line. And I know a lot of people are wanting to point the finger at Arch and say he's to blame for all of this, but he wasn't the biggest problem at all. It's the O-line not being able to win in the trenches whatsoever. 15 yards rushing and multiple false starts, multiple holding penalties, that's the problem. And I think they allowed, 6 sacks? I mean, that's just never going to cut it. For a while now, I've been saying Arch's problem is that he hasn't been trusting his line and he's been rushing his throws and moving out of the pocket too fast. But at this point, I don't blame him. I'd be running for my life too. And on top of that, the defense did not look like the defense I know and love. And I know missing Muhammad was a big part of that, but we were missing so many tackles on the outside, and we looked lost. I'm obviously upset, and I'm frustrated, and My biggest concern is I just don't know if this O-line can get any better. We move. We have Red River this weekend. We will talk about that on Friday's episode. But all I'm going to say is the Horns are favorites. That's all I got to say about that. I have been on a weirdly insane heater on picking anytime touchdown scores. So I feel like it's only right I share with you guys who I think is scoring in tonight's Monday Night Football matchup between the Chiefs and Jags. And I do want to start off saying I do like Worthy here. Against this Jags defense, he should absolutely grub. It's his second week being back, and I think he has himself a night. But my main one, though, in my opinion, this guy has just been so due for his breakout game, and I think it happens tonight, and that's Mr. Brian Thomas Jr. having himself a day and getting into the end zone. So if you are looking for an anytime touchdown play, I'm just saying the girl's been hot. Brian Thomas Jr. To wrap up the show, we're going to finish with a little Q&A, and this is just where you guys ask me a question and get to know me a little bit better. Today's question is, what got me into sports? My dad. We were always inside watching games together, and if we weren't doing that, we were outside throwing the football, shooting the basketball. Just my whole life's been sports. Shout out to my dad. And that'll do it for the first ever episode of the Lauren Cowling Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited for this new journey with you guys. Make sure you give the video a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, share it to somebody, all the things. I'll see you guys Friday. Peace.